It's time for the SVU After Show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. We are talking Season 18, Episode 6, Broken Rhymes, formerly known as Bad Raps. Stick around.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello and welcome to the SVU After Show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. It has been so long, we've missed you. If you haven't already, go to youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV. Hit subscribe. We're also on iTunes and SoundCloud. I am your host, Yael Tygiel. I'm so happy to be back. You can tweet at me at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. I'm joined by my panel, Lauren Salaun.
Hey guys, we're just grooving over here. It feels good. And I know it's really nice to have at least three of us here, I guess. And guys, you know where to find me, Lauren Salaun, everywhere. And I see you all in the chat talking a ton already. Super pumped to get in and be part of the conversation.
And Jesse Janedy.
Hey, y'all can hit me up over at DJ Jesse J. That song just makes me so happy. And I'm so irritated. We have to wait until next year.
Yeah, we'll get to that information. We're talking Season 18, Episode 6, Broken Rhymes. I don't know if you're aware, until this episode was pushed, it was called Bad Raps. And then they pushed it. BR. And yes, they did. And they renamed it. But before we get into this episode, it's been so long since we've said this, and I'm so happy. We have a hotline for people who need it.
I don't even have it up, you guys.
No.
Oh my goodness.
So while you're pulling that up.
Okay. It's for RAIN, the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, and the number is 1-800-656-HOPE, 1-800-656-HOPE. That's 4673.
Thank you, Lauren.
I should have it memorized by now, right?
You really should.
And if you Google it, it opens up a chat.
Oh.
Live chat.
That's really nice. Well, so I want to make sure that we have another number out there for people, especially this episode. I'm pulling this number up that I decided we should share. Oh, where is it? I lost it. Okay. Well, so this is for the Trevor Project. I was going to give a specific trans hotline, but I think the Trevor Project is good enough. And by good enough, I mean they're great. So because this episode deals with trans issues specifically, I want to give the Trevor Project hotline. That's 1-800-246-PRIDE. That's PRIDE. 1-800-246-PRIDE. So if you need these numbers, we give them to you. Now let's talk about, let's give you the other warning.
Why we're giving them to you.
We give you these numbers because things we might say, I doubt we will this week, but things we might say could be triggering content, and we would like to give you a warning that we understand these are serious topics, but sometimes when things get very serious, especially with the current life we are in, you gotta make terrible jokes because they make you feel a little bit better.
A little bit.
So there it is.
Yes,
all right, let's jump into our episode. Okay, so we meet Eva, who is an art student.
Beautiful.
Played by, did you guys know this? Played by, I think it's pronounced Sable Gonzalez is her name.
Yes.
She's a Filipino model.
Yes.
And she did a video called The Price of Being Me, which chronicles her journey.
Should I friend request her on Facebook? I have her Facebook pulled up.
Oh.
Absolutely. She doesn't have Twitter, because I was going to follow her. So Sable Gonzalez, a beautiful...
Because I don't know her.
You're so funny.
She's
a beautiful Filipino model.
One of those people.
I want to nitpick a little bit about our Filipino model.
Okay.
You know what I'm going to say.
Go ahead.
Her mother in the show, Latina, and her father, white. Latina and white does not make Filipino.
Right,
No.
right.
Does it make
Just nitpicking.
the visual of a trans Latino Caucasian? No.
I mean, I will say there is constant discussion about how Filipino and Latino look similar sometimes. People do say that. There's some comedian, I don't remember, who I think is from the Bay Area, and I used to watch him, and he used to make jokes that he's constantly mistaken for one or the other.
There's another one, Asians and Hispanics, too.
Yeah, so...
But yeah, not really. I mean, she's pretty Asian looking.
Pacific
more
Islander?
Than, yeah.
Yeah.
She's pretty Filipino looking?
Yeah, more than Latina.
Yeah,
Whatever,
the
she
parents
is
were very... But she was beautiful beyond.
So we're watching this whole scene of her in art class where she's not interested in the model, which I guess we get why later she's not into white dudes, but like she's walking through the market, and I'm sorry, did we or did we not see her steal that necklace?
Oh, I didn't catch
She didn't pay, so like she tries on the necklace, which I feel like was there. I feel like the show is trying to make us look at her neck, which is kind of like a rude thing.
Oh, wow,
to
that's
see
really
if there's an Adam's
deep.
apple?
Yeah, like because we're staring at her neck as she put this choker on it.
Really?
And then she doesn't pay for it, so she steals this necklace. I watched this scene because I didn't at this point realize I didn't know anything.
No, me
I
either.
was just like, this girl's real pretty. She just stole that necklace. But then she's sitting at the restaurant waiting for someone to show up. And then she sees the bathroom and she walks over and I went, oh, I do that when I'm waiting for someone. I go, well, I might as well use the bathroom while here. No, nobody else noticed.
I didn't catch the necklace thing, but I mean, I didn't know where we were going with it, and then even just the way it was kind of just shot. At first, I was just so confused. Like, what is this? Why are we here? Where are we about to go? And then
so then she goes in the bathroom. Once she was waiting and she jumps when the guy touches her, I think that's when I went, oh, I think this girl's trans. And then she went into the bathroom and pulled out her.
Why did that make you think that?
Just when I looked at
I
her.
made it just think she's nervous about something, and she's like she's
gonna
you
get
know
her.
she's
No,
had a
not because she
confrontation with someone.
jumped, but at that moment when we looked
okay.
at her, I went, oh, I think that girl's trans.
Okay.
Because I guess I didn't see the promo for this episode, had no idea what this episode was about.
I did, but I totally forgot it was this episode.
Yeah,
I was
and
like,
the promo wasn't super. I mean, the one that they showed last week wasn't very.
Last week, it was like a
whenever
month
we
ago.
were here last. I don't know. Wasn't super clear. You know, it was a lot of like match cut to this and that and that. I'm like, I get like the gist of it, but.
So anyway, she goes in the bathroom, she pulls out her kit, and then we see clearly men's feet in the women's restroom.
which I felt like to nitpick.
Yeah.
She jumped. It's like, really? Like, you're that startled? Like, did she know she was being chased this entire time? Like you just heard someone come in the bathroom and the door, and you're like,
Yeah,
In the chat, they're saying that if she didn't pay for the necklace, then maybe the tap on the shoulder was somebody saying that.
Oh, and then that's a good reason why she was so nervous in the bathroom. I'll accept it.
But why would she have
absolutely.
stolen it anyway?
oh my God, I don't want to even say it, but it's just I don't even.
Oh, but now you
I
have
actually
to.
think
You
it's
can't
kind
do
of.
those
I
sorts
think
of
it
things.
because it's random. Why would you make her steal a necklace?
I think
and
she's.
then I kind of feel like they're playing off like a lot of trans women are homeless or have to go through these things with their family and have to do certain things in the world that they wouldn't want to do or that they feel they have to do. And so I feel like that, because I didn't see that scene, but now that you're saying it, it's like, why would they throw that in there for this storyline?
I like the idea because then once we meet her family and see that she is so widely accepted and has this great support system, that it's their way of being like, you made these assumptions about her.
Yep.
You jerks.
Yeah. But I do like the idea that they made her steal the necklace so that she was jumpy, so that she was in the bathroom and was suspicious. That makes so much more sense now. I think if we put all of our crazy theories and reading into things together, we get a great story.
I do too. Yeah, no, we can create our own show.
Yeah. So she gets attacked in the bathroom. We meet Sophie and her evil mother. Oh, this woman.
Yeah, I couldn't.
What a piece of work. And then
and then I did think Sophie at one point was going to be a little trans girl herself, because I don't know, I was really reading into it. Yeah, I was like, where's this story gonna go? How does the evil mother ruin this little girl's life?
Yeah, it didn't have that many layers.
No.
It was pretty
straightforward.
pretty straightforward.
I mean, the whole first part apparently was very intricate, and then it just became real simple. So our search takes us on this adventure. We find her boyfriend Logan. We meet her very amazingly supportive parents. I absolutely love when Carisi goes, birth name Eric, she was this and this and this, and then just from then on, Like, we've noted it and we're moving on.
Yep. I love how they handled it throughout the entire episode.
Yes.
And they really made it a point without it being too PSA.
I felt like sometimes it did
When they
get a
yelled at the mother?
little PSA. Yeah.
Okay, with Liv,
there was
though,
a
oh my
lot.
God.
No, I actually liked when Liv was like, "You and me outside, I will arrest your ass," sort of thing. But
Yeah.
the guys too are like, it. You know, just it did seem very much like, I'm gonna teach you this lesson right now,
'cause
audience. You know,
The rappers were very calling her he, and our team was like, no, that is not okay.
But I mean, for me, Ice Cube, he's always been
Ice-T.
Ice-T, excuse me.
Girl.
He's always been very vocal about that. So I mean, to me, to see that and to see him shutting these guys down, I like that they also kind of put him in the forefront to because I felt like he was teaching them how to talk to these people, how to gain their respect. So yeah, my favorite part was when they went into the guys, the rappers' studio, and if you notice, the first guy, the first thing he does, it was so slick. He grabbed the bag of weed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was so funny.
Smooth though. I was like, yes.
I actually thought they were going to say something like,
Details.
"We don't care."
yeah.
Like,
That's not what we're
yeah.
Like
not what this is.
someone is raped.
Yeah. Who gives
Well, she was.
Who gives an F about a little bit of weed?
It wasn't
or
a
a
little
lot
bit,
of
actually.
it.
That was like a
Yeah.
really like, hey, pass over here.
So we meet her boyfriend Logan, and like I said, Eva's not into the white men. And then he tells us about her modeling career and that she's going to these events and she's hanging out with these rappers, and then there's this altercation, and we meet Hype. An up-and-coming rapper named Hype. You a fan?
Oh, I sure was.
All right.
Watching this
We also
episode.
meet Vincent Love, played by Wyclef of the Fugees.
Woohoo!
Great, good. He was evil.
Yeah.
He scared me.
For a minute, I was like, oh, I know that face. And then as it kept going, I went, wait, he's an actor? He's so good. And Cash, his business partner.
Instantly, when we met Cash, I put the story together.
So I saw Cash and went, oh, he's the one who did it.
Yep.
Because the
Yeah.
little girl said he was big. And as soon as we see Cash, he's like the bigger one. And I went, it was that one. It was
That part.
Yeah. So we're on top of it. Anyway, we have this whole big back and forth of trying to figure out what happened. And we get the answer, right? So Hype and Eva were in love. So was Logan and Eva. Just throwing that out
Just
there.
a whole lot of
Love there. And Cash was not having it. Cash lied about paying Eva for her rhymes, which I was like, we're really going to believe this? Like, our SVU team is really going to be like, oh, I see. That makes complete sense.
Yeah, there was.
These real offensive lines, she wrote them.
Yeah, I'm so sure.
Yeah. And even when they're interrogating him, he's like, wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, nah.
But then they, like, accepted it like it was a thing.
There were a few parts in this that I was just kind of looking at their team like, okay, when Liv was like, we don't know for sure if we can, put him there. Every other episode, Liv is like, no, we have to protect her. It was him, and she fights. And this was the one. It was like, well, maybe it wasn't him. Like, let anyone else on the team say that, not you, Liv. That's very out of character.
Well, I mean, I think Barba is like rubbing off on her in the worst way.
Really?
Cause like she's now being like, well, we don't have probable cause. Old Liv would be like, I've made this probable cause, you know?
Yeah, but I think just with, her rank and stuff and all that happening, but she gets pushy with Barba too.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
I love when she's pushy with Barba. I want to talk about Benson versus Sophie's mom, because this conversation was great. And I loved hearing Benson go like, no, let me tell you about Eva. These are her parents. This is what they do. This is where they live. This is what's happening. The one thing that Benson didn't say was she was a human being. Regardless of who her family is and what her background is, she was a human being. And we have forgotten to say that. It's really obnoxious and I really can't stand it. But on the bright side, we have a surprise for people.
Yay!
Or we will in a second when she gets her gosh darn headphones on.
We're all in here together.
Yeah. Isabelle Du has joined us. Woohoo! Welcome home.
From her world travels.
I know.
We missed
you.
you.
Guys. I've missed being here.
Oh,
And
Yay.
I still feel like I'm on the other side.
yeah. You're kind of here.
Yeah, I'm kind of here.
Well, welcome.
Yes.
The only other thing from like the plot that I wanted to touch on was when Finn made a really important statement. Because Finn is always our guy who's like, but how did the semen get there?
Yeah.
Or like something ridiculous.
He was on top in this episode.
Yeah, Finn goes, this whole gender fluidity thing, it's coming out more nowadays and that's cool, but the truth is it's confusing. A lot of people can't make sense of it all, me included. Which is a very important thing that should be talked about. That the younger generations are really not labeling themselves anymore about gender and sexuality. They're going, I'm a person, I like people, it doesn't matter. And the older generation, yep, I'm calling Finn old, is confused.
You need a box.
Yeah. I appreciate that he's bringing this up, and I appreciate that Finn's bringing it up. I feel like there's a Carisi thing to bring up, even though he's young.
Well, and Finn had to bring it up because he's black. With no, not. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
Within the context of this episode,
Yeah.
that they
It
had to
was the
have his
relatable-
character bring that up and humanize it because, homophobia is such a big issue in obviously like anyone can be homophobic, but especially in black culture.
Yes. And then also his son
Yeah.
is gay in the show.
Right.
Though we rarely see him.
His son, who is, I believe, they're engaged and have adopted or adopting.
Right.
That's where we're at with them.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah. So that's what I meant with Finn had to say
Finn had to bring this up. He's black.
because he's black. Don't you know that? No. And obviously since we're dealing with the black rappers, just
Which
to
I like that we
balance it
brought.
out.
Yeah, we brought in Ice-T. It's like, let me tell you about rapping culture.
yeah.
Right.
Thank you, Ice-T.
He knows best.
Speaking of rappers, Jesse, why don't you tell us a little bit about the story that this is inspired by?
Well, I don't know for sure. So at first, last time me and Lauren were talking, I brought up Chingy. So there was this whole thing with Chingy.
Who's Chingy?
I like the way you do that
Right there, right there.
Oh, great.
So there was this whole
been a
thing with
while.
Chingy where this trans woman had come out and said
Sydney
that...
Starr. I just looked it up.
Oh, yep, Sydney Starr. She had said that her and Chingy had relations. He was denying it all this time. And then the whole rumors had kind of come out that it kind of didn't happen. So I thought that's where they were pulling this from, the whole homophobia in the hip-hop community. But then, as I'm watching it, and I'm looking at Wyclef Jean, I'm like, what was that incident with Busta Rhymes? Because I remember he punched someone in the
Broken
face.
Rhymes?
And so, yeah, then as we're about to start, I look over and I see the titles Broken Rhymes, and then you said it was originally Bad
Raps.
So they kept the BR. And I remember the Busta Rhymes thing being huge. Like, the Chingy thing was big, but the Busta Rhymes thing was...
What is that? Remind me, because I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember
I
what
don't
Busta-
know.
There was a rumor
I don't
that...
know rap culture.
Busta Rhymes may have like kissed or a man, or like by accident, like a fan had come up to Busta and been like, "Oh my gosh, like I love you," and he wanted to prove his masculinity and like had punched the kid.
that's
I
right.
do remember that now that you've mentioned.
Yeah.
And then it was like he did all this like PR afterwards for it, and so then it was just it wasn't really the trans thing. So I wondered if they were taking like the Chingy thing, the Busta Rhymes thing, mixing them together.
They love doing that.
And here we are with this episode.
Yeah.
Pulled from the headlines mashups.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love SVU mashups.
It's the best. Before we move on, and I want to give shout outs to our awesome iTunes reviews, I want to really quickly talk about the lawyer, Hampton.
Oh my.
Is he not the like
Creepy.
skeeziest
Yeah.
looking man you've ever seen? So I went to like look up this actor and see other things he's been in, and I just couldn't get past how skeezy he looks.
Like his name, like he would be on Team Slytherin. Like,
His hair was like dripping.
Yes,
grease.
he was just dirty.
He reminds me of the lawyers we had. Do you remember? He wasn't even one, but like there was the cases with the two competing prostitution rings when like Cragen ended up getting framed, and there was I forget their names, but there were two like competing ones, and they were real skeezy, and it's when Cassidy came back in. Anyway, I feel like he would be their lawyer. That's how skeezy he is, that he should be working for the prostitution rings.
But he was perfect for this because, and I didn't get it until the very last scene when Hype had found out he got 20 years. And the lawyer was just like, well, all right, we did our job, we're good. Yeah. And it was perfect.
Because he works for Vincent
exactly.
Love.
Yeah. It was just perfect casting all around, because that moment was just reality, and it hit Hype. And it was just like, Liv literally looked you in the face and said, this is going to happen. I don't snitch on nobody. Like, what? And then, was it Barbara? At the very end, to make the comment about, well, his song just went #1. That's all it was ever about.
That line felt so Empire.
Yeah.
Like, it was such an Empire moment.
But it's so true, though.
It is.
These people really get into these scandals, will go to jail just so it will get them a headline. Then the lawyers figure a way to get them out.
Yeah.
And that's the culture we live in. Like, really create your own drama.
Yeah, there was the line when Benson says to Hype, when they're offering him this deal, being like, here is what's happening. We understand what occurred, and you don't deserve this. And she said, Hampton's not going to jail. Love's not going to jail. You are. And I was reading a review, and someone was saying that was a mistake, that it should have been Vincent's not going to jail, Love's not going to jail. But that's not true. It was the lawyer, Hampton. Love is Vincent. It's Vincent Love.
Right.
Hampton, the lawyer, who is clearly not here with your best interest. He's not going to jail. You are.
I also think there's like a twisted logic in Hype's head, as well as Vincent Love's, where it's like, you know what? Of course, I know that I'm in the right. I shouldn't be going to prison for this long. However, now he gets street cred.
Yeah.
So that's like more marketing in terms of this whole rap and hip hop culture, and that helps with the record.
It's like Shine. You can put music out through. I mean, they do it all the time, really. And then also, it's like, okay, I wondered if in his head it was like, okay, do I want 3 years of people knowing that I'm gay? Because I loved also when Olivia said, "This man thinks because he slept with a trans woman that he's gay." That was I don't think that conversation's been brought up anywhere
you're right.
before.
I really wish they would have talked about the fact that, like, no, you slept with a woman.
Yeah.
It's not how gay works, sir. I don't know if you're aware of this.
I looked up the model too.
Oh yeah, she's we talked about her.
Oh, you did? Ah, damn.
Yeah, girl, show up on time.
I know. I've been in Trevor for 2 hours.
I know, I'm so happy you're here. All right, we have some iTunes reviews before we get the acting them out. I want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone for sticking with us. We know this season has been really crazy.
I know.
We're 6 episodes in, and we're going on hiatus. But we want to thank you all for tuning in. Please make sure you rate and review on iTunes. That way we know we should keep doing the show. And if you like us, you can give us 5 stars. If you don't like us, you can give us 4 stars. The other stars, they don't work. Bang on the keyboard, write some things, we'll read them. They have never worked.
Never, ever.
Somebody should fix that.
We should look into that, but we're not going to.
You know.
Not enough resources.
Above my pay grade. But so write reviews, and we'll read them live. And by we, I mean Lauren will read them live. And if they're emojis, Lauren will emoji.
Yes, I will.
I love
Mother
emojis.
F, I screenshotted it and everything, and one of them has more text to read, and I didn't hit it down. So while it's loading, I'm going to read one of them, and then we'll get to the other. Don't you worry, you guys. Just relax. Okay. The first one we've got. Actually, hold on. Holding.
What are you typing?
Because my iTunes needs to put my password in.
I see. I was like, what could she be doing? I'm writing a review. I just didn't finish it. I wasn't ready.
This one is by SVU for Life from October 29th, titled Best Podcast Ever, 5 stars. This podcast is absolutely, positively amazing, and I love all of you guys. You are all so entertaining. You guys are the only podcast I listen to overall and on AfterBuzz. Wow. I literally have a timer for when you go live. 5 heart eye emojis and That's 5 thumbs ups.
Yeah.
Show us the heart eye emojis again.
Hold on.
But stop writing a review.
No, because I'm
It's
trying
just
to
a
find the
login.
other
Show us
one.
the heart eye emojis.
It goes like this. Okay, and the other one, I can start reading it while my iTunes is loading because I have half of it up here.
Okay. I'm so excited.
Why is it? It's asking me if I forgot my password. I didn't, you jerk. Oh. Okay, you know what?
Well, to be continued, just like this episode and season.
Okay, come on.
No.
Come on.
Okay, well, I can read half of it, but...
We have so much more to talk about.
Well, then let's get back to this one.
No, I don't have. There's
Let's talk about one more thing, and then I'll jump back in
good
with this
idea.
other review.
Go.
Jeez.
Right. This
Go with
episode.
the flow.
Sometimes I like to yell at Lauren. It makes me happy.
This is why we're live, guys, so
Yeah.
you can witness all of this.
Okay.
Wait, but I got it.
Go.
All right, we're coming. Okay.
You need to calm down.
Shut up. Oh, there was
That's what
only
he
one
said.
line. I know. I was doing that for you. Okay, this one is titled "I'm Here." 5 stars by Rel92345 from October 18th. Hey guys, heart. I love you guys and I think you're awesome. Yael has my heart. LOL. Don't think I'm weird. Little emoji girl. I think Jesse is always late. Clock and then 2 unknown emojis because they must be the new ones, so they're just squares. LOL. Just messing with you, Jesse. Lauren is awesome. I follow her on Instagram and boy is she in shape. Flexing emoji. Yael is so awesome and always on fleek and always on point. Heart eyes.
Wow.
Smile emoji.
I'm on
What
fleek and
about-
point.
Yes, please.
What about Isabelle?
Isabelle wasn't here for
I
like
know,
a minute.
I know. I wasn't even
Sorry.
expecting one.
Sorry,
It would've been too much
tangent.
credit.
Continuing. Overall, I love this show. It is my life. It's literally my Instagram name. Yael has my heart. I love her personality and
Oh my
attitude. She's
God.
always upbeat and she's
Wow.
pretty lit. I hate it when she's not here because she doesn't crack jokes. Her jokes are so funny. Laugh emoji, laugh emoji, laugh emoji.
Yes, lit.
Wow.
You
Wow.
have a super fan, Yael.
Thank you. Mwah. Kisses. I don't do emojis. Do a kissy emoji.
That one, right?
With the heart.
I love
Yeah.
you did. You hip with it.
Yeah, that one. That's the
With the
one.
little heart. No, the heart's at the mouth and the
yeah,
wink.
I got it. I see it with the butt. I get
Yeah.
it.
Thanks, guys. And thank you for that. Oh my, you're so sweet.
Yeah, thank you for all these amazing reviews,
I
guys.
think that was Meryl.
Oh, Meryl.
Rel. That seems like
That
it
seems
is.
right. Thanks, Meryl. All right, I want to talk about the New York Gender Neutral Bathroom Act or law or whatever we want to call it. So the episode references this. It happened right after. Who knows when this was filmed? They've messed up the entire season, guys.
They really have.
But so all single occupant restrooms in restaurants, bathroom bars, and other public spaces in New York City are now gender neutral. So there's no longer the single stall women or men's. They're all gender neutral and have a new sign that has, I guess it's a gender neutral symbol. It's the I guess it's the trans symbol. There are multiple signs in this article that I'm finding. But so that's what, I don't know if you all heard what happened in the world right now, but we're discussing if trans people are allowed to use the bathroom.
I think it's so silly. It's a freaking bathroom, especially you're talking about single stall bathrooms.
Like one person can go in.
And it's like one of those situations where, sometimes we use it anyways.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so why
I
is
use
it
the
even-
men's room all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you've
all
been
the
in the
time.
film.
And every time someone questions me, I have a really deep voice for a girl. I just go, what?
I have never gotten questioned going
yeah.
into a men's bathroom. I
don't-
mean,
yeah,
I
me
don't go
too.
in when it's like yes, I have gone in when there's multiple stalls at like amusement parks when I'm like, I'm not waiting in that effing
Yeah,
line.
no.
I just walk right in and like, sorry, go into a stall.
Yeah. The whole
Sorry, man.
argument.
Keep facing the urinal.
I personally, and I know that this is apparently a not unanimous agreement. I don't know. People don't agree with me. I think all bathrooms should just become gender neutral bathrooms. I think all many stalled whatevers. Who cares?
Because I mean, I get expense wise, it's harder because it's like if I want to go to the bathroom in a guy's bathroom, it's like how many urinals, so you can just get people in and out.
Right, but if it's
But
Urinals
you only
are
need
so
one.
gross.
Yeah,
They
you just
are
need
so gross.
one bathroom with 4 stalls your restaurant's done.
So, but here's the other thing too, because like, have you ever been to YouTube Space?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the way they
YouTube
do
Space
it.
LA has a great gender-neutral bathroom.
Okay, to an extent. I think that I like the one single, like, okay, anyone can just use this bathroom. Those are my favorite restaurants where it's just like, I don't got to walk all the way to the left side of the restaurant for the men's, or then you got to go all the way to the right for the women. But I went in the YouTube Space. That's like a different kind of mentality and space to be in. For YouTube, it works. But at a restaurant or a mall or something like that.
How is it set up at
So
YouTube?
it's, you walk into a giant bathroom. There are a bunch of doors in front of you.
Yep.
The doors
Doors
each
are closed
say,
from ceiling to
ceiling
floor.
to floor. Sides are closed from ceiling to floor. It's your own little
Like a dressing room.
Scary
kind of-
dressing room.
yeah.
Because you lock it and there are no windows. But it's kind of terrifying.
So now imagine if it was some creepy person in there and an innocent woman. You know what I mean? Like, and when I say like, it could be like, imagine Christopher Lloyd from Dennis the Menace. Do you guys remember that movie?
No, but I would love Christopher Lloyd to find me in a bathroom.
Not looking like he did from Dennis the Menace. Google
Christopher
that.
Lloyd.
And then imagine that being inside you know what I mean? And those
Yes.
things, when you shut those doors, you can't, it's like you are in a confined space.
Well, and then you come out and you're washing your hands
Yeah.
in the same space.
Yes.
As each other,
So-
which isn't that big of a freaking deal.
I have a friend, she and I got into a very heated argument over this because the truth is, it's it feels like, and this may sound sexist, but it feels like in the situations, it is the least safe for women or for gender non-conforming men. That is when it is the scariest.
Right.
In a gender-neutral bathroom. At no point is it really scary for gender-conforming men.
Right. I see where you're coming with that because I agree with that. I wouldn't feel as safe as a woman to walk into like a men's bathroom where it's like five
Full of
men are
men,
in there
yeah.
and I'm the only girl in there. I'm like, okay, this is weird. But if a guy goes,
I'd do it.
if a guy goes into a women's bathroom, there's 5 women there. The guy's like, oh, I'm big pimpin'. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, they don't feel as uncomfortable as.
There's less fear of getting assaulted.
Right. And now with bathrooms, it's not like you're literally, I'm just go into the stall to pee. You know,
Yeah.
like you can like adjust your clothes, or I mean, you're not like changing out there in the open, but it
Sometimes
is,
you are.
you know, you go in there and you're like, oh, okay, this is like the women's bathroom. It's like kind of, you know,
It's a safe space.
It's a safe
Yes.
space, and there's not going to be some dude
Girl code.
barging in here, you know.
So then, if I'm the only one who thinks that all restrooms, multi-stalled, gender-neutral bathrooms is a thing, I think we should just turn all restrooms into single-stall, gender-neutral. Have 2, 3 if you're a big place. That's what I think. Anyway, so that is the New York gender-neutral bathroom law that was enacted. I have some real SVU news. If
hear
we want to
it.
head to news and gossip.
Yes.
News and gossip.
news and gossip.
There it is.
AFTERBUZZ TV News.
They do a good job.
Oh, you could have
A
done
good
it.
Stand-in.
No, he could have done it.
I liked
Took it
your
away from
ding-a-ling-ling-ling.
Lauren.
All right.
Teamwork.
So
Hardly tell the
remember rapist Brock Turner, who has been released?
Yeah.
Well, screw him. But his victim, who is being referred to as Emily Doe, was named one of Glamour's Women of the Year.
Whoa.
As Emily Doe. So she's the anonymous woman who had a powerful victim statement that went viral after it was published by BuzzFeed in June. And she wrote an essay for Glamour magazine about what happened and why she is the Woman of the Year, one of the Women of the Year. And I will tweet this out. So that was November 1st. I've been holding on to it.
Well,
Since
yeah,
then.
because you've been traveling.
Yeah. So I will tweet that out for everybody, and we will make sure that you all have it.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Because
So
she's still anonymous.
she's still anonymous, Emily Doe, which is amazing.
Yeah.
We see from SVU that rarely happens. Now, relevant to this week's case and the current climate of the U.S., there have been reports that at least 8 trans youth commit suicide after Trump won. So it's unconfirmed.
Wait, since Trump won, there's
Yes.
8 confirmed trans.
Unconfirmed.
Unconfirmed.
I want to make it clear these are unconfirmed, but this is a story that's going viral.
Yeah, but-
And the reason they're unconfirmed is these are coming from anonymous trans hotlines, support hotlines that people are calling. So there have been a spike in calls since election night. And there are lots of, apparently there have been at least 8 trans youth suicides. It's been 2 days. So please call the Trevor hotline if you need help. Please call any hotline if you need help.
No matter what you think, it will be okay. It really will. We're waking up as a world, as a community, and I think that this situation needed to shock some people so that you will really get up and stop tweeting about it, and you'll actually make a conscious choice to make the world better. And that's what we're gonna do. So don't be doing crazy stuff.
I just think it's one of those things where it's not over till it's over, and I think it's not over till it's over.
Yeah,
it's only begun, and we need to see it through.
Yeah, I think it gets better. We understand that it's really, really bad, and that it may get worse, but eventually it will get better.
I mean, it's really up to, my thing is it's up to us as a community. That's all it comes down to. As long as we stand with each other and we protest in smart ways, not ways that are just going to be a flash symbol, you know what I mean? Like actually sit down and write the petitions and sit down and, write the changes that we want down and create solutions instead of just barking.
Yeah.
I think, that's where it is. So we can't live in fear and anger, and right now is the time that we all got to come together and work on that.
Yeah.
On the plus side, the way that our government works, the president really can't destroy the whole country. Thankfully, we figured it out that way, that the one person that gets elected can't really say, here's how everything's going to happen, and then it happens. So that's reassuring.
So also, there's an article that's going around that is an old article that's recently been brought back up. And by old, I mean like a month or two. There was an interview with Trump, and it was asked if Caitlyn Jenner came to the Trump Towers and needed to use the restroom, what restroom would you let her use? And Trump's answer was, she can use whatever restroom she wants.
Yeah.
So
when did he say that?
it was an interview, I think with Matt Lauer or something. It's just, his vice president Pence is much crazier in terms of LGBT issues, women's rights. Like, that's a terrifying thought as well.
That's why we cannot assassinate Donald Trump.
So just keep in mind that this article or this interview happened where Trump went, she can use whatever she wants. Which sounds like something Trump would just go, I don't care.
But Caitlyn Jenner's also a huge Trump supporter.
Regardless.
But I've never really looked at Trump as someone, honestly, like, who was so against the gay community, I've always heard him speak positively of it outside of presidency.
The good news is he's said a lot of things, positive, negative. Ask him today, ask him tomorrow, see what happens.
He's unpredictable.
Yeah. All right. This is not a very political show. That's not true. We get real political here. The law and stuff, but
Law and things,
and order.
Those law shenanigans.
Yeah. But I want to remind everyone that the highly anticipated Trump-inspired episode with Gary Cole, who you may remember, Gary Cole was in an episode called Brotherhood many years ago, which is one of my favorite ones. It's one of my favorite episodes, actually, where one of the frat boys gets raped with a violin's bow.
Oh, my.
It's a great episode. Anyway, Gary Cole was in that episode. He's coming back for the Trump episode, which has been pushed again to 2017.
Wow.
Additionally, new episodes of SVU do not return until January 4th, 2017. IMDb still says there's an episode airing on the 30th of November. There isn't. If you go to NBC's website, it says SVU will return January 4th.
Do we know why the hiatus is?
So I know that last week the episode got pushed because of the sport game.
A sport game?
Yeah. The seventh
the World
one?
Series.
That one.
Oh. I didn't know what
a sports type of game?
Yes, a sport occurred, and they pushed the episode. But I think because they pushed it to this week, and next week for whatever reason they decided not to air a new episode, they're just going, meh, we'll wait till 2017 because we're jerks.
So just gonna take a long break.
Forget about us,
I don't feel like it right now.
On the bright side, last year, the second half of the season had a bunch of crazy hiatuses that didn't make sense. I'm making it that.
Hiati? Whoa.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Jedi warrior.
I like
Yes,
it.
thanks. I like to pluralize things.
Grammatically correct there.
Hiatuses.
Hiati. So last season, the second half had a lot of hiati, and this season, they have decided to, I guess, because we're going to have it the first half, right? We're only 6 episodes in, and we're going on break.
And they have
That
like 20
means
what?
22. That means next half of the season, hopefully, should be less breaks.
Maybe.
That's my.
I feel
hope.
like they can get away with it. They're Law and Order SVU.
Yeah.
You know what I
Season
mean? They're like,
18.
please.
It's like you'll watch reruns until we come back.
Yeah.
Girl, you
and
know
we
it.
will. Yeah.
Girl, watch
It's like
your
that
hands,
theme
but-
song currently plays throughout my house all day. It's just like.
Just so everyone knows, also, I discovered that Ion Television will also air SVU marathons.
No way.
Yeah, so 1 week when USA
Ion.
didn't have it, I switched to Ion.
Do you have your choice of which episodes to watch?
Also
wait, there's
Netflix
always
and
one on.
Hulu.
Yeah, like I watched them all on Hulu.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all so much for joining us again. Isabelle, thank you for showing up.
I know.
I'm happy you're here.
Small cameo.
Whatever. We love you. Why don't you tell people where they can find you on Twitter and Instagram since you're not here?
I know. So you guys can find me on Instagram at isabelle.do, Twitter at isabelle.do, no dot. But I'm the only Isabelle do really, so.
Yay!
We only do.
And photos of you from the Miss Multiverse competition can be found where?
Yes, you can find it on missmultiverse.com and then on my Instagram. Just came back last week, so.
Yay!
We
Welcome
aren't-
home.
We aren't planning on doing any shows, like backtrack shows during the hiatus, are we?
I don't
several
think
questions.
we're going to do old episodes since the hiatus is Thanksgiving and other holidays. So we will be busy celebrating Thanksgiving and Hanukkah.
And the winter holidays.
Sounds problematic.
Hanukkah.
Grew up with Native Americans.
And by Thanksgiving, I mean the day we eat turkey and
Celebrate family.
yeah, that. Jesse, where can people find you?
Everywhere, DJ Jesse J.
And Lauren?
Hey.
and me, you there, girl. You guys can find me at Lauren Salaun, LAUREN SALAUN, mainly on Instagram. Go do it.
Oh, awesome. Go do it. You guys can find me everywhere at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. And I have a podcast. It's free. It's on iTunes. You will have plenty of time to listen to it between now and when we come back. It's called Intimate Interrogation. Sometimes it is filthy. Sometimes it is not. But we will see you January probably 5th if it comes back on the 4th. Here for more SVU.
See you next year.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Dun dun.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.